Hello, this is Silent Strider and welcome to the Striderverse. These videos are a free resource for DMs to use to get better acquainted with Roll20 and to streamline your games by improving processes. Today we are looking at Roll20 token setup. This will show you DMs out there how to do basic token setup involving token attributes such as HP, AC, armor class, um, temporary HP or passive perception, as well as vision and Darkvision. So, pause the video, go grab a drink, and when you get back, we will get rolling. Starting off, I'd like to explain that I have two web browsers here. On the left, Firefox, representing the DM's point of view. On the right, Edge, representing the player's point of view. As I make changes on the DM side, some things will be seen on the player side. So, here we have a character, Kargath Firebrand. If we drag him to the board, drop and click his token, these three bubbles pop up, but there's no information there. On the DM side, same thing. However, there is a visual difference between this side and the left side and the right side, because I have an extension in Firefox that changes some of the ways Roll20 looks and adds a few features to Roll20. But essentially it's the same. No information here. No information here. Let's fix that, shall we? I'm going to remove the token from the board for now. Let's open up Kargath's character sheet. Alright, here we see that Kargath is a mountain dwarf, level 5 forge cleric. He has 43 HP, armor class of 18. That's due to him having chainmail and wearing a shield. At the top right, we're going to click on Edit, and then Edit Token Properties. This is the token settings page. Here we have the general section. Currently, this token is representing nothing, none, a generic token. We want to change that to represent Kargath's character sheet. So we'll click the drop down and select Kargath Firebrand. Now the name and nameplate, let's go ahead and check nameplate. And depending on the player's preference, he may want the full name or just the first name. For now, let's just have the first name. Checking this nameplate box means when the token is dropped on the board, the name will appear beneath the token. If the nameplate is not checked, it won't appear. I like having it checked so that the players can see the name of each of the other characters. Moving to the right side, we see the token bars. These were the bubbles I was talking about. And for each one, an attribute can be assigned. I like to assign the first one as HP, player health. And see how it populated 43 HP? That's because this token is representing Kargath Firebrand, and we saw earlier he had 43 HP and an armor class of 18. The second attribute I'd like to have is armor class, and it populated 18. The third attribute, personal preference, I like having HP temp, temporary HP that can get assigned to the player by various abilities or spells. HP temp. But let's see, you can also select it. It's called passive wisdom. It used to be called passive perception, but you can select that and it will show the token's passive perception. Some DMs like this because then they can see, just by looking at the board, the passive perception of each token on the board. But like I said, personally, I like HP temp. Let's save those settings and save here and close the character sheet. Now, when Kargath is dropped on the board by the player, something different happens. We now see a health bar above the token and a nameplate below the token. If we click on the token, we now have data in these attribute boxes. 43 HP, armor class of 18. Now, in a combat scenario, if Kargath got attacked by an enemy, and let's say he was dealt 6 damage, a player can click the HP attribute box and type in -6 and hit enter, and his HP is adjusted. If one of his allies cast a healing spell on him and he gets healed back up 6 hit points, click the attribute box, +6, enter, he's back up to full health. And the health bar is dynamic to change when the health gets increased or decreased. So if he takes 20 damage, health bar drops down, gets healed for 20 damage, health bar goes back up. All right, next step, let's talk about token vision. I'm going to change the map to a vision test map. All right. From the DM's perspective, I can see the map. The players don't see anything. The player can grab his token, drop it on the board, and I see the token dropped on the board on the DM side, but the character still can't see anything. This is because the token doesn't have any vision set up. So I'm going to remove the token. Let's open the character sheet back up. We'll click on Edit. Whoops. Players can't edit the vision and stuff because they're players. Let's open the character sheet up on the DM side. Edit token properties. Click on the dynamic lighting tab, and we'll give the token vision by checking this on-off switch. We'll get to night vision later. I'm going to go ahead and save the settings. Save the settings. Close the character sheet. And now, if Kargath gets dropped on the board, he can see what's around him. There is a light in this fire right here, creating light, and he can see it, but he can't see everything because of the dynamic lighting set up on this map. If I remove the token, back to being darkness. All right, now let's talk about dark vision. If I bring the token back up, edit token properties, there was a section for dark vision where you can turn this off and on, depending on how much dark vision they need. But before I do that, I'm going to switch to another map. Let's go to the dark vision test. I'm going to drag the player ribbon to the dark vision test. Now on this map, there is a section up here where it is illuminated. On the previous map, it was total darkness. Player couldn't see anything. But once he dropped his token on, after vision was granted, he could see what was illuminated. I'll get into how to build an illuminated area for the players to see without having a token on the board in a later video. But for now, I want to drop Kargath's token on the board. No change, because dark vision is not set up. So let's open up the character sheet, and we will give Kargath some dark vision. Oh, hold on a sec. He is a dwarf. I know they get, I think it's 60 feet. Yes, 60 feet. So, edit token properties. Night vision. It's called dark vision in 5e, but in Roll20 they call it night vision. Pretty much the same thing. We'll add 60 feet. Save settings. And save once again. And now if the player drops Kargath onto the board, he can see more than just what's illuminated. If we grab a measurement tool, let's move him over. And measure down. There's 30 feet. There's 60 feet. So far that is, we've covered setting up token attributes, HP, AC, temporary HP. We've covered vision, and now dark vision. A couple more things I want to show you. Let's go back to the previous map. Let's talk about player permissions to see attributes. All right, let's start Kargath on the map again. Here we are. He's got his Darkvision now, so he can see more than just what's being illuminated by that fire. Let's add some more players to the board. Let's grab some PCs. Let's throw this guy on here, Sugan, and Stormcaller Ozar. That should be good. Now, from the DM side, I can see Kargath, Sugan's, and Ozar's health. And from the player side, Kargath can see his token's health, the value 43 out of 43. But he doesn't see the other token's health bar. Now, some DMs don't want the players to see each other's health bars because it may be considered meta knowledge. Some DMs allow it. It's all a DM preference, but we're going to talk about it. I'm going to remove these tokens from the board. No, I'm not. I'm going to show you another trick. Instead of removing the token from the board, open up the character sheet and then clicking edit and then clicking edit token properties. There's a way to make changes to the token, and then you hit a button called save default token, and then that will save the settings for the token for all future token drops. So let's do that. I'm going to double click Sugan. This brings up the token settings. And now if we talk about these three dots, these are the menu buttons. Let's look at HP. If I mouse over this, the player controlling the token obviously can edit the HP value by clicking the HP -6 like I did earlier, or add 6 when they get healed, so on and so forth. So they have that. But if we click on C for player permissions and save the settings, forgot, update default token. C, update default token. Now if we look over on the player side, Kargath can see a health bar. He can't see the values, which I think that's fine. He doesn't know the exact HP of his allies, but he can see that they're healthy. Let's do the same thing for Ozar. We're going to mouse over player permissions and C on HP, update default token, save settings, and now Kargath can see Stormcaller Ozar's token and health bar. Now, let's say that Sugan had taken some damage. He got hit pretty hard and took 13 damage. And now Kargath can see that he is no longer at full health. His health bar is diminished a bit. Again, he can't see the exact values of how much HP he has max and how much he's lost or his deficit, but he can see that his ally has taken some damage. I like this as a DM because the image on the token doesn't change. But in a battle, if one of your allies gets the shit beat out of them, you should be able to see that, such as bruises or cuts and blood, things like that. In my opinion, this health bar can represent that visual confirmation that your ally is in need of, that has taken some damage and possibly in need of health, or if the health bar is really low, he's very, very badly hurt and could definitely use some healing. And then let's just say Stormcaller Ozar walks over to him and casts Cure Wounds on him and heals him back up 13 health. Now Kargath can see, and all the other allies can see each other's health bars are full. There's another setting I'll post in another video about setting up auras on tokens, but it's very similar. A player such as Kargath can open up his token settings. It doesn't have all the features that the DM does, but as a player, he can set an aura for himself. But only he can see that. As a DM, you'll be able to click the three dots and give players permission to see the aura. We'll get into that on another video. Well, again, this is Silent Strider. I want to thank you for stopping by the Striderverse. I hope you found this video helpful. I hope you can apply it in your games and help streamline some processes you have. And stay tuned and be on the lookout for more videos that I upload. Plan on doing a few more to help get people more familiar with Roll20. Thank you again, and have a good night.